Hi, thanks for tuning in. This video is specific to the RC4 Zipfit inner boots available exclusively from Fisher. The rumors are true. Zipfit and Fisher have joined forces to bring the best out-of-the-box solution that maximizes performance, comfort, and warmth. To start, Fisher is bringing two versions of the RC4 Zipfit inner boot. There is the LV version, low volume, and the MV version, mid volume. On the inside of the heel, you will see the print for LV or MV. My goal today is to answer some of the most frequently asked questions, as well as give you some insight in how best to fit these liners. Both of these RC4 Zipfit liners are available with shells in our RC4 Pro models, available in LV and MV. But the liners are also available separately as part of our spare parts program. These Zipfit liners are 100% authentic Zipfits produced in the same production as the original Zipfit. Of course, there have been some modifications to the design and some of the materials, but the essence of this being a true Zipfit remains unchanged. The number one thing that makes a Zipfit liner a Zipfit is the use of the OM Fit cork composite. This OM Fit cork is a proprietary development from Zipfit and is found in the tongue and on the ankle pockets of each liner. OM Fit cork has the benefit that it doesn't pack out, meaning the fit stays consistent over many years. OM Fit cork also is dynamic, meaning it flows from areas of high pressure, where the boot is very tight, to areas of low pressure, where there are voids in the fit. So it works to seamlessly fill these. In the fitting process, the main goal is to get this process to happen. All RC4 Zipfit inner boots come standard filled with the recommended amount of cork for the fit needed, but it is also possible to add and with an empty tube remove cork as needed. Let's look a little bit closer now at the OM Fit cork pouches included in the liner. Here I have a cutout demonstration piece to show how the cork is filled in each of the ankle pockets. This is the main difference between the LV and the MV liner, is how much cork has been filled into these pouches. What we see here is this ring that forms the banana that holds the heel. This pouch is positioned roughly so in the liner. We can see here the entry and exit ports, which find themselves underneath the second eyelet. It's easy to reach in here and simply pull out this injection port. If you wanted to inject more cork here, all you need to do is take one of these Zipfit cork tubes and slide it into the hole. As we can see with this clear demo tool, it is possible to direct where we push the cork towards. So depending on if we want more volume in the instep, if we want more towards the heel, we can choose where we shoot it into. Taking the plunger, we can then begin to slowly add cork into the pouch. I'm going to stop there for demonstration purposes, but here we can see there is additional cork. One trick is to lightly warm up the cork tube using a microwave, using a hot air gun, getting it a little bit above room temperature to make it even more malleable. Once the cork has been injected into the ports, using your fingers, it's possible to massage the added cork as needed. This is generally a tip for any modifications on the Zipfit. Taking your fingers with a light amount of heat, you can very easily move and reposition the cork as needed. In the event there is too much cork, and I say in the event, in general, you don't need to do this process. and also a reason why we suggest being careful adding cork. You can, using an empty tube, use the same injection port, and using a bit of pinching and pushing, you can manage to get cork into the tube and effectively extract it out. Again, it's easier to put cork in, so be careful to not overfill to avoid this process of needing to remove. In the event there is not enough heel hold in the Zipfit, we are assuming you've already chosen the right shell and the right volume, but it can be that there's still a little bit too much room and you're not getting the heel hold needed. Here, contrary to what you might believe, you should not inject more cork into the ankle pouches. Instead, you should use the pouch included on the tongue to add more cork. By adding cork into the tongue, you can force the foot further back into the heel and thereby increase the heel hold. Keep in mind that this ring that makes the heel hold is already filled to the maximum. So what we are in effect doing is pushing from the front side of the liner the foot back into the heel. We've seen what the inner life of the cork pouches look like in the plastic demo tool, but here we have a cut open actual liner to show you what this shape looks like in reality. This part is not made out of plastic, but again, here we can see that we have the ability to steer where the tube goes in for cork insertion and extraction. On the tongue, we see the same cork pouch, obviously a different shape, but the same concept as what is happening in the ankle. We have again with a cork pouch included in the tongue. This runs the width of the tongue all the way over the instep. Another question we receive quite a bit is how much cork, how many tubes do I need to adjust? The short answer is you don't need any additional cork to go skiing with the Zipfit. It is calibrated to fit out of the box for the vast majority of feet. This means with a little bit of heat and a little bit of walking around, and preferably skiing, you can begin to get the cork to shift into the voids, the areas of low pressure, as discussed already. If you want to accelerate this process, it's also possible to leverage the Fisher vacuum machines. Here, we suggest putting the shells in the oven for the recommended times printed on the shells, but keep in mind, do not put the liner directly in the oven. This is because the liners are rated only to 60 degrees Celsius. It can result in glue becoming unstuck and some of the cork becoming damaged if you go to temperatures exceeding 60 degrees Celsius. To use the vacuum machines to fit a Zipfit, simply have the customer step into the cold or room temperature liner and step into the heated shell. Then, following the vacuum procedure as normal, add the cooling pads, the compression sacks, and put them on the machine. The pressure and the heat from the shell will accelerate this process of moving the cork to the areas where it is needed. In addition to the OM Fit cork-filled pouches built into these liners, there's another couple standout features. First is the flexible toe box. This toe box is made out of neoprene and is lined with merino wool. This means the toe box is completely flexible with no additional material, meaning it fits like a sock and stretches as needed to the foot. In addition to the OM Fit cork-filled pouches and the flexible merino wool lined toe box, there's a couple other features. Unique to the Fisher Zipfit is the use of the speed lock lacing. This speed lock allows the boot to be quickly opened and closed. And please keep in mind, it is absolutely recommended that the Zipfit be laced onto the foot and then stepped into the shell. World Cupped into the shell, if you will. It is very difficult to get into the Zipfit with it already in the shell, and therefore we recommend lacing it to your foot and stepping in. Stepping out is possible without taking this liner out of the shell. All you need to do is open the speed lock and you can step right out. The final feature I want to highlight is the use of Velcro on the upper collar to accept Fisher fitting tools. The liners are delivered standard with a forward lean increasing spoiler that can be added or removed, in addition to a cuff volume reducer that allows skiers with skinny calves to fit better into the shell liner combination. One of the most important things to remember about the Zipfit is that it is very adjustable, but it does not require fitting to be able to go skiing. As we've mentioned, their liner is built around OM Fit cork in many parts of the liner. This material forms itself to the foot and responds very well to heat. This means simply putting the liner on and walking around will get you a long way towards that perfect fit. Even better than just walking around is going skiing. We see from our testing that the Zipfit continues to improve in terms of fit every time you go ski. When getting started, be sure to remember to put a custom insole in, as this will help the foot be seated in the right position and prevent any movement, which is affect what we're trying to eliminate with the Zipfit in our shells. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And above all, we wish you lots of fun out there with what we truly believe is the best ski boot on the market.